Let's see what are the common HTML attributes. The attributes in HTML, we are going to see some of them. Let's start with number 1, ID. The ID that helps us identify elements. When you try to identify elements and know what kind of elements you're going to use, you can use ID. For instance, in a paragraph, you can define an ID. And this ID, you give it a name, for example, intro, and you can say hello world, cross your paragraph. The second one is the class. First of all, before you move on, you have to check and see if your text is displayed on my page. So, second one is the class. The class groups multiple elements that we see later on in CSS. When we start CSS, we see how you can use class to group multiple elements as division. Class, you give it a name. Here you can put it as a container. Put your text or content here. Cross a division, save, and refresh again and see your changes on your page. Refresh, you can see put your content here. So far so good. The next element, next attribute of HTML we are going to see is the style. The style is used by CSS, for instance, when you try to define the colors, how you want the font, the header to look like. It's very useful, even though you can do it in HTML itself, but it's better to do it using CSS, and CSS can work here with HTML. So you define the header to be H1, which is the biggest one. Can define the color to be blue. You telling the header to be blue, and H1 is the biggest. Again, save, refresh, and see if you have a big blue header. Refresh, big blue header is there. It works. These are the attributes, how you can use these attributes to manipulate HTML page. The next one, the last but not the least, even though there are more attributes, many of them, we can just have 4. The title, number 4. It's when you move the mouse over an element, especially on the buttons or boxes. You can define as a button. You give a title. This title you are defining here is going to tell the mouse, when mouse is moved on the hover, to display this text, click me now. Hover over me, cross the button, save, and refresh again and see if on this button, when you move the mouse over, you will see click me now. It works, you see? So this is how you can use some of HTML elements. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.